Well, this will be one of two videos talking about the hypocrisy that Long Island is, and one of two, because the second subject is so ridiculous it's actually going to get its own video. All right, but this we're following up on what happened last night with the blackout in Long Beach, and of course, South Shore 12 continues to be all over it. We all know that if it happened in the middle of the island, we'd be completely forgotten. And it was caused by a balloon. So the irony in this, before I even get started, is tonight I was in Rockville Center and I saw this. Yep, balloons. Now these don't look like Mylar balloons, but apparently the snobs are living it up after winning big, and they're tossing balloons everywhere, I guess, or whatever, and they get caught in the power lines. This was actually in the power lines by the Long Island Railroad Station in Rockville Center, and you can see here those balloons. Now, they are rubber, so maybe they're not going to conduct electricity, but those are bare copper wires there, as you see. And you can see there that it's possible those balloons could cause a problem. And so when I saw them, and I saw that there was a truck parked outside, a Long Island Railroad work truck parked outside the Rockville Center train station, because they usually clean it at night, I told the maintenance worker about it, so hopefully they can fix this. But it's something like this, except there were Mylar balloons that caused this power outage in Long Beach. And so, well, South Shore 12, of course, covers it. And also Long Beach Patch covered it as well. Long Beach Patch, which we can go to here. Balloon, apparent cause of Long Beach power outage. And more than 20,000 customers lost electricity Tuesday afternoon. Of course, it says the outage happened at approximately 4:30 p.m. and was fully restored by 6 p.m. So it appears that a Mylar balloon was the culprit that cut the power for at least 24,000. Now, this is from Newsday. But, of course, South Shore 12, you see the patch, this is a short article on it. South Shore 12, don't worry. If you're on the South Shore and living in the Enclave, South Shore 12 has you covered.
Until you hear what caused that big blackout across Long Beach and the entire Barrier Island yesterday. As News 12's Cecilia Dowd reports, it's all because of a balloon.
It got caught in the riser.
The city of Long Beach and nearby areas went dark early Tuesday evening, and PSEG Long Island says the reason for it began with a balloon.
We received a report of a Mylar balloon entangled in the power lines in Long Beach.
And that's those Mylar balloons. Again, some snob who's living it up decided to toss those Mylar balloons. They're terrible for the environment, by the way. And it got caught in the power lines.
And when the power was switched to another line to remove that balloon, the cable failed, causing the outage in Long Beach.
At a Wednesday LIPA meeting, LIPA chairwoman Tracy Edwards said,
even an hour is too long, but it was only a little over an hour.
Yeah, even an hour is too long, all right? You know, many people have been without power for much longer, yet I guess this is what LIPA is looking out for. See, LIPA is still around. All right, this is the problem, and they want to have even more control.
Hey, Tracy, that's correct.
Okay.
The Long Beach incident from yesterday, you're right. It's just over 60 minutes for approximately 21,000 customers.
I asked PSEG Long Island's Director of Communications if there's anything going forward to ensure something like this doesn't happen again.
Sure. So right now, PSG Long Island continues to investigate the cause of this outage, and we're working on remediating the problem and making sure that there's a plan in place so that this does not happen again.
When asked for more detail on the cable failure, PSEG said they were not able to answer that question. Back in Long Beach, acting city manager and police commissioner Ron Walsh said the city was quick to jump into action.
We had 4 calls where in some of the assisted living locations and around the city, and some of our
we have a lot of those in Mineola too,
where people were stuck in elevators. We get
people
stuck
in
their elevators.
I spoke with several residents in Long Beach who took the power outage in stride.
Uncomfortable, really, but it's just hour and a half. Not big deal. It's too fast.
PSEG says it's dangerous to release Mylar foil balloons into the air. Cecilia Dowd, News 12, Long Island.
That's where it happened. It happened at that riser. Look at that. So this is where the problem happened, right here. You can see that riser. I was showing it to you last night. This is where the underground cable went. You could see that had to be removed. So what wound up happening was when they turned the power off when they de-energized that line to switch over to another line, that line failed. So So here we go. This is the riser right here that they just showed. This one right here. So some asshole, all right, some probably a snob, who was living it up in a bar somewhere, released a balloon, and we did have southwest winds yesterday. Probably from Long Beach, which is off to the southwest. Released a balloon, floated over the creek here, and then got entangled in this line here, and caused the problem. And then when they went to try to switch it over to this line right here, that's when there was a failure, and they couldn't, and that's what caused the blackout. But this is what caused the problem right here. So yeah, this transmission line, which is the main transmission line going into Long Beach, but there are two others that for some reason, this older one here, they're all 33 kilovolts, and then this one here, so they both, I don't know exactly what happened here, but then they showed them working over here. And then they showed them working over here. I mean, all right. So apparently, yeah. Now we can't really get too much of a view over here. You kind of try to get a view from the bridge here of this whole area. But you can see this is where it comes up on this side. So there was an issue here. It caused some kind of issue, and they couldn't switch to a backup cable. Apparently, this is the main cable that comes into Long Beach, but they do have others. At least they thought they did. But you can see here, that's what caused the outage. So again, they're living it up around their own worlds. Probably some snobs probably here on West Park Avenue, having a drink, living it up. You have to win big on Wall Street. Released a couple of party balloons. And then they drifted over and caused this outage. It's unbelievable, right? But they're in their own world. So, I mean, what more proof do you need? We have the globe on fire, and look at how much they're winning on Wall Street. I mean, it's unbelievable. They're in their own world. No, trust me, they're living it up. I was in Rockville Center. They were living it up. Yep, there they are, celebrating. As they finalize the plan to purge us off Long Island. And the other thing, you can't make this stuff up. So again, now we go to another story about power. Your power rate's going up 11.6% in the 2024. Yeah, I told you LIPA's still around. They still control everything. And they want even more control because they're going to force PSEG Long Island out in 2025 and take full control again. And we're going to have a municipalized power. That's what they want to do. So imagine something like the MTA running your power grid. I think we'll get to the MTA in the second video that I'm going to work on. But so this is the next story. LIPA. Get ready. Electric rates are about to increase. We already have some of the highest electric rates in the country, but this is yet another part of the plan. If you can't afford these electric rates, well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to leave.
More to keep your lights on and charge your phone next year.
Yeah, the LIPA board voted today to raise rates by more than 11%.
Yeah, that's big time, man. News 12's Kevin Vesey breaks down what that means for your monthly payment.
This goes up, that goes up, this goes up. They don't
all
stop.
part of the plan.
Bonnie Constantine
can't afford
feels powerless after the LIPA board voted today to raise electric rates in the 2024 budget. Rates are going up by 11.6%. For most of us, that's about $20 extra per month.
It's a
the
lot.
average monthly bill will be about $186.
We can have a motion for approval for the LIPA's 2024 budget.
A large portion of the increase is being blamed on an anticipated hike in power supply costs next year. But Hofstra economics professor and LIPA watchdog Martin Melkonian says that might not be the case.
We don't know if that's going to be true. In fact, if anything, energy prices seem to be headed downward and stabilizing.
A LIPA spokesperson writing in a statement, LIPA remains committed to providing an excellent utility.
And notice they're not putting the money, this additional money into
and
anything.
Electricity at the lowest possible cost. But Bonnie thinks those costs should be much lower.
How are we going to sustain this? It's ridiculous. They're just driving us out.
Yep, there you go. She just said it right there. They're driving us out. She just said it. She's going to have to shut up and go live somewhere else.
Now, LIPA ratepayers could try to lower their bills by signing up for a new time-of-use rate structure, which...
So let's talk about another electric company that's raising their rates, JCP&L. All right? But JCP&L has much lower rates, all right, than this is another electric company people like to pick on, though I honestly think in some ways they're certainly better run than LIPA, all right? So JCP&L, a subsidiary of First Energy Corporation. Why do I talk about JCP&L? Because they're going to be my electric company when I get forced out. The proposed rate adjustment supports an approximately $185 million investment. So they're going to take that money and they're going to put it into strengthening the electric grid and funding new low-income and senior citizen customer assistance programs. Oh, we're not getting any of that here. So on approval of the base rate, JCP&L customers will continue to pay the lowest electric rates in New Jersey. And the typical JCP&L customer will see a rate increase of only $8.45. So their rates are going to go up about $8.50, and our rates are going to go up almost $20. So our rates are going up double what their rates are going, and we're not going to get anything in return for it. So again, all of this is part of the plan. All of this is part of the plan to force us out and force us to live. Maybe some people will go to Florida, some will go to Georgia, some will go to Pennsylvania. Others who like the Northeast and really don't want to live anywhere else have to pick the cheaper area to live in the Northeast, and that's Ocean County, New Jersey. So here you go. And so yeah, it's just another case of, you just can't make this stuff up kind of stuff. And then we get to this last story here. In New York, and this has been in the news lately, squatters, they can take over your home and they can steal your home. Only in New York does this happen. So this is another part. A Patchogue family, certainly not a wealthy Patchogue family, is looking to regain possession of their home. So I'm going to play a little bit of this story. It's really terrible. Only in New York, folks.
Here on News 12, Team 12 Investigates continues to look into squatting incidents on Long Island. As News 12 reported exclusively last week,
guess what other state has problems with squatters? California. That's what New York is turning into.
Has been fighting to return to their home after alleged squatters moved in. Investigative reporter Rachel Yankunis is at District Court with an update on this case.
It was another emotional day in court for this Long Island family who can't get back into their home. The eviction process is their only option to regain possession. Strangers moved in while they were away, and they can't get them out.
Imagine
not only did the occupants of their home not show up to court again, but the case was adjourned a second time. Another delay in the case to remove alleged squatters from this Patchogue home.
Why aren't they being arrested? They're not showing up to court, and somehow these people here don't have money, are facing homelessness because their home has been stolen by squatters.
Kimberly Copenhaver's mother has owned this home for 20 years. When they moved away for a few months, a friend who was supposed to be watching their house rented it out without their permission. Now, the occupants won't leave. Under New York law, squatters become legal tenants after just 30 days. It has forced Copenhaver...
That's right. I could go into a vacant home, and if I could stay in there for 30 days, I could actually have a right to stay there. Yeah, that's right.
And her family to live in and out of hotel rooms for months. But they're running out of time.
And luckily, the hotel we were in extended us through the holiday. But January 1st... that's it. We're homeless. We have 2 cars to live out of.
By January 1st, you will have nowhere else to go.
No more money to use, no more credit cards. Everything's maxed out and gone through all of our savings.
Copenhaver is hoping...
Where's the governor? Why isn't anyone helping this woman?
...that both sides can come to a resolution by next week. The final hearing has been rescheduled for December 20th. In Patchogue, I'm Rachel Yankunis.
I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. Now, she can't throw them out because if you wind up trying to throw people out of your own home, then you get arrested. That's just how screwed up New York is. So, several examples of how screwed up things are here in Long Island and New York, and it's just another example of it. It really is. And but the Wall Street people, well, sorry, if you can't afford it, you can't afford all these things to happen to you, then you're gonna have to leave. And that's basically their attitude. They're taking over everything, is basically what it is. And like I said, we can't even look at Christmas light shows for free. I'll leave it on this note because I'll have another video. We have another video talking about the infamous MTA. Anyway, lastly, I'll just talk about this. This is something that would never happen on Long Island. A free Christmas light show. That's right, a free Christmas. It's free this weekend from December 15th through 18th. Friday. Actually, I think it's Friday through Monday, I think. It's free. A Christmas light show at Jake's Branch Park in the Pine Barrens, New Jersey. Now, if we want to see a Christmas light show on Long Island, well, let's see how much it's going to cost us. Well, let's see, Jones Beach Christmas lights. How much does that cost? Let's see how much that costs. The Magic of Lights. How much does that cost? Let's see how much they want for it. All right. So how much does it cost to get the Magic of Lights? We have to go through Ticketmaster, and we have to. Okay. I have to hit agree. It's $30. Let's see. 2 tickets is $30. Let's see. 1 ticket. It's $30. Actually, it's $35. Look at that. $35. All right, to see that. That's unbelievable, all right? Then we have that Eisenhower Park Light Show. That's luminous. This is even more money, I believe. So how much does this cost? Let's see. It says reserve tickets now. So how much does this cost? Let's see how much this costs. We hit reserve tickets. Let's see how much this costs. We got to select a date here, or we'll just pick a date here. We'll figure how much it costs. How much does it cost? Let's see. General admission is $34, and if you want to have a VIP Fast Pass, it's $63. Yes. Now let's look at the Smith, South Haven light show. How much does that cost? How much does that cost? Let's see. So let's see how much this says. Special offer on tickets to learn more. Let's see. All right. So for a Girl Scout member, it's only $12.50. Regular price is $15. Okay, so that's a little more in line. But still, I could go to Ocean County and see a beautiful Christmas light show, and it's not going to cost me anything. Except, of course, the cost that it's going to take to go there from here. But still, it's just another part of what's going on. We are being priced out of Long Island. It's getting up to be a very expensive place to live. And, I mean, meanwhile, you can go to New Jersey, and it's just, it's just totally different. It's totally different, It really is. And it's just all part of that plan that we've spoken about, that heartbreaking plan that we speak about time and time again here on Long Island. This is all part of the plan to drive us out. This is what's happening. All the things we love, everything's getting expensive. Quality of life, sorry, that's only going to be for areas that most of us are not allowed to live in unless you're a certain demographic. And if you're not allowed to live in those enclaves, then you get all the problems being dumped in your community. I come home tonight. There's no life in Mineola. The only people I see are swagger walking around. No one's happy. Rockville Center was nice and happy, but I come back here and it's just miserable. It's miserable. But this is what I have to deal with. I'm not allowed to live somewhere where it's nice and happy because I'm disabled and I get SSI and I'm in supported housing, and these snobs don't think I deserve that. So that's what I'm up against. And like I said, I'm going to try to fight it, but if I can't overcome it, it's obvious where I'm going to wind up.